Okay, imagine this. You're driving down the highway, but the speed limit isn't just some number on a sign. It's like dynamic, changing based on what's happening right now, decided by artificial intelligence.
Right. And that's not science fiction anymore, is it?
Not in Spain, apparently. There's this 150-kilometer stretch of the AP7 in Catalonia between Massanet de la Selva and El Vendrell.
Yep, that's the one. A pilot project. First of its kind, really, on this scale with this tech.
So today, that's our deep dive. We want to unpack how this AI thing actually works, what they're trying to achieve.
And what it might mean for all of us driving in the future. We're looking at news reports, official details on it.
Exactly. How your commute might just be shaped by algorithms soon. So let's get into the tech. How does it work?
Well, it's basically a whole network of stuff. You've got sensors, cameras, radars, even connected devices feeding information constantly.
Okay, so collecting data on what exactly? Traffic, weather.
All of that, yeah. Real-time traffic flow, speeds, density, weather conditions, road surface conditions, you name it.
And the AI just crunches all this data.
Exactly. It analyzes everything coming in and then automatically adjusts the speed limit.
Right.
The key thing is it's predictive.
Predictive? How so?
Well, instead of just reacting, say, after an accident causes a jam, it tries to anticipate the risk based on patterns, forecasts, current conditions, and adjust the speed before something happens.
Okay. That's a big difference. So let's talk about those dynamic limits. Normally, it's 120 kilometers, right?
Usually, yes. But with this system, say there's heavy rain or an incident reported ahead.
The AI could drop the limit.
Instantly. Down to 100 kilometers, maybe even lower, depending on how bad it is. And drivers see this immediately on digital panels along the highway.
Great, those overhead gantries.
Yep. But here's the really interesting part.
Go on.
If the traffic is really flowing smoothly, weather's perfect, the system might actually increase the limit.
Increase it. Above 120.
Potentially up to 150 kilometers. That's a first for Spanish highways.
Wow. Okay, that's definitely different. What's the main goal behind all this? Is it just about speed?
Not at all, really. The number one goal they state is safety.
By predicting risks and slowing things down proactively.
Exactly. Reducing the likelihood and severity of accidents. But it's also about improving traffic flow.
How does adjusting speed help flow? Seems counterintuitive sometimes.
Well, by adapting speeds to the density, the idea is to minimize stop-and-go traffic, reduce congestion, keep things moving more smoothly overall.
Okay, I can see that. Less bottlenecking.
Right. And there's a sustainability angle, too. Smoother traffic, more consistent speeds. That usually means lower emissions and better fuel economy.
Makes sense. Safety, flow, environment. It covers a few bases.
It does. It's quite ambitious.
So how are they helping drivers get used to this? It's a big change from just seeing a fixed number.
Yeah, the DGT, the Spanish Traffic Authority, they know this. They're planning specific awareness campaigns.
To explain how it works.
Yeah, what the signs mean, why the limits might change. And there's also going to be new training targeted at professional drivers.
And what about enforcement, if the limit can change dynamically?
Good question. They're backing it up. Plans are in place to increase the number of radar installations in that specific zone by the end of 2025.
So compliance is definitely expected.
Oh, yes.
Now, you hear about variable speed limits sometimes. Germany, France, maybe?
Right. Those systems exist. They often react to current conditions like congestion or weather that's already happening.
But this Catalan project is different.
The key innovation here is that predictive AI layer. It's not just reacting, it's trying to get ahead of the curve, anticipate the risks before they fully materialize. That's the leap forward they're aiming for.
So it's more proactive than reactive.
Precisely. Using historical data, forecasts, real-time inputs to make a judgment call on what might happen next.
Interesting. If this pilot project works out well, what happens then?
Well, if they see clear benefits, measurable improvements in safety, better traffic flow, it's pretty likely they'll look at expanding it.
But other roads in Spain?
Could be. Other major highways, perhaps.
Yeah.
And, it could also become a model for other European countries looking at smarter ways to manage roads.
Yeah, you can see others watching this closely. We actually have a quote here from Núria Parlon. She's the Catalan Minister of the Interior and Public Security.
Okay.
She said, "This predictive artificial intelligence system will decide when to speed up and when to slow down."
That sums it up pretty directly, doesn't it? It really highlights how much control is being given to the system.
It really does. It's a move away from just fixed rules towards something much more fluid, data-driven.
A fundamental shift, potentially.
So wrapping up, this AP7 project in Catalonia, it's like a window into a possible future, isn't it? AI managing highway speeds.
A future aiming for, well, a mix of safety, efficiency, maybe even faster travel when conditions allow.
Yeah, it definitely makes you think about relying on static rules versus these dynamic, constantly calculated decisions. Food for thought.
Absolutely. How much do we trust the algorithms with something like this? It's a fascinating development.
It really is. This has been a great deep dive.
Definitely interesting to see where this technology goes.
You've been listening to Le Podcast de Philippe. If you enjoyed this look at AI on the highways, please do consider subscribing. It really helps us out as we try to reach 1,000 subscribers.